Hi, I'm Dr. Abhinav.
And I'm Dr. Claud Gillian.
I'm in medical practice for the last 25 years.
And I've been practicing medicine for the last 7 years.
So today we're going to touch about a very sensitive topic. Food and supplements we can take to avoid cancer. So can there be anything that we eat or can there be anything that we supplement in our daily supplement routine that can actually reduce the incidence of cancer?
So let's dive deeper into this, right? Because obviously what we eat is important. Those are the nutrients that our body, has to work with to make sure everything functions optimally. And if something does not function optimally, as we've talked about in other videos, there's numerous of risks that emerge, right? Risks for diseases, autoimmune diseases, and also cancer. So, what can we do? Which foods are the most important for us to reduce our cancer risk long term? So, Dr. Abhinav, can you start by explaining like some of these pathways and why they're important? So, let's start with vitamin D, for example. Vitamin D is very important to reduce your cancer risk. And let's dive into the science with Dr. Abhinav, why that is.
Yes. So vitamin D plays a pivotal role in epigenetics and it also plays a very key role in DNA repair. It's known that vitamin D deficiency increases the risk of somatic mutations, that is, your DNA getting damaged. You're not born with it, but you acquire it. So, vitamin D levels, adequate vitamin D levels are actually imperative for DNA repair.
All right. So let's go to another one, right? There's a lot of talk about certain super veggies, for example, broccoli, cauliflower. And there is scientific evidence that they help reduce cancer, but I'm curious to know why.
So, broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower, cabbages, they have something known as sulforaphane, which activates the NRF2 pathway, and that through that signaling, it actually prevents DNA damage and fosters DNA repair. Even the double strand breaks, it can heal the double strand breaks. So they are very instrumental in preventing the cancers because these breaks are the ones that going to cause the mutations in the DNA.
All right. So then another one that's like pretty hot topic these days. So let's talk about polyphenols, right? There's like a lot of different kinds of polyphenols.
Yeah.
A few of the foods that you probably have heard about that are going to be very healthy are Evo, so extra virgin olive oil, certain berries, green tea extract. So what makes these polyphenols good to prevent our cancer risk?
So they are the new fad now, and they are not fads. They are actually the real thing because the evidence says that they are these phytonutrients like polyphenols, like resveratrol, the one in berries, or the one in the green tea, as you call it, quercetin. They are supposed to have a modulating effect on the DNA repair enzymes, and they decrease inflammation, which is the main cause of all the somatic mutations that you get. And they are known to decrease the incidence of cancer in the long run. And that is something that you need to be instrumental in adding a rich polyphenolic diet in your daily plate.
So I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I know for vegetarians, right, there's vitamin B specifically that is lacking because this is mainly found in meat. Why is vitamin D, like vitamin B? There's multiple types of vitamin B, right? So let's cover a few of the essentials and why they're important to prevent cancer.
Vitamin B plays a pivotal role in cancer prevention by actually helping DNA to repair. DNA methylation is controlled by vitamin B9. DNA synthesis and repair is affected by B3, B2, and B6. So, all these four vitamins are essential in DNA synthesis and DNA repair. And these are lacking in a normal vegetarian diet or a vegan diet. And that is why you need to supplement them either by adding more fermented food in your diet or by taking a pill. So, a methylated version of all these vitamins will actually help you in DNA repair and thereby cancer prevention.
Exactly. So, if you're a vegetarian like me, this is very important to not skip out on, as these are not things you're going to notice right away. This is a long term consequence of not taking action today. So, there's a few other ones that we're going to cover today. Let's talk about antioxidants. I'm sure you've heard this term before, as there's a lot of different types of antioxidants and reasons why they're important. Let's talk about vitamin C and E. Dr. Abhinav, why are they important in lowering our risk of cancer?
So, vitamin C and vitamin E are central antioxidants in the body. And these are the ones that are going to reduce the oxidative damage, because oxidative damage is the one that is primarily important for any DNA damage. Any source of DNA damage happens through reactive oxygen species that causes the strands to break, that causes the mutations to happen. So, any antioxidant will actually prevent these DNA damages and thereby preventing cancer.
So, are there any type of behaviors that we should, touch on quickly to see what can actually increase
Yeah,
that oxidative damage?
yeah. So, adding a lot of color to your diet. This is an antioxidant rich diet. So, colors on your plate. It's said that you need to have 5 different colors in your diet every day. And that gives you all the 5 different antioxidants, beta carotenes. And beta carotenes, I would like to add because they are precursors to vitamin A, which again is a very strong antioxidant. In addition to that, flavonoids play a very key role in this. Flavonoids, like the ones in the tea, in onions, garlic, they help in actually preventing any sort of DNA damage and replication errors in our DNA. And that is the one that is being going to be key in cancer repair. I want to add one more thing. There is one more nutrient that you need to check, and there is growing evidence that that nutrient is going to be deficient in most of the people who have cancer. So there, um, so magnesium is the one that is going to be very important in any sort of metabolic reactions, and especially in the ones that involve the DNA repair enzymes. So it's a cofactor in 300 plus cellular metabolic reactions, especially in the ones happening inside the nucleus. So magnesium deficiency is linked to increased evidence of certain cancers like colon cancer, pancreatic cancer, liver cancer, and there has been proven medical evidence or scientific literature to prove this. And that is why magnesium, which usually occurs inside the cells, so 99% of the magnesium is occurring intracellularly, and we're just measuring the blood magnesium levels, which are actually going to be extracellular fluid, and so which is going to be 1% of the entire magnesium stores in the body. And that is why I need you to understand that having a good magnesium rich diet can actually prevent you from cancers or the recurrence of that. So add those pumpkin seeds, add those spinach in your smoothies, or add the cacao and the polyphenols in the cacao and the magnesium in the cacao to your smoothies, like you do it, Dr. Claude.
I,
Tell me your tell me your secret of a good smoothie.
all right, so this is my personal guilty pleasure, which I don't have to feel guilty about. I just make a smoothie with bananas, peanut butter. Peanut butter is something to dive deeper into because there's actually you need to verify your source, as peanuts have a fungi that can grow in them that is actually proven to be carcinogenic. So you need to verify your source. But good peanut butter is healthy. Cacao, and that's essentially it. So those three ingredients with some water, blend it, add some berries on top, and you have a very tasty chocolate. Because the banana also slightly sweet, especially if you downregulate your sugar in normal diet, everything starts to be sweet again as nature intended it. And you have a guilty pleasure, nice dessert that you don't have to feel guilty about.
Let's break that down. So the bananas have a lot of potassium, and it has a good source of magnesium as well. Apart from that, cacao gives you polyphenols and the magnesium rich diet. Apart from that, he added the berries, which is again a polyphenolic rich diet, and the antioxidants with the carotenoids in it. And there you have it. You have an anti cancer smoothie.
That is very tasty. So, highly recommend you make this at home. 2 bananas, a little bit of water, and peanut butter cacao to your taste.
And the berries. Don't miss the berries.
That's the topping. They finish it.
Polyphenols, anti cancer.
All right. So, as always, we'll link to the research below. If you have any questions about your diet or your specific guilty pleasures that you feel are healthy, comment below and we'll break them down.